Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining early today to make sure that your Zoom link worked. We will be starting today at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So that'll be about 18 minutes from now. In the meantime, if you have any questions or concerns or comments, please do feel free to either put them in the chat now or request to unmute. We're happy to talk with you until we get started here today.
Sorry, Hayden, can you put up the splash screen, please?
Yep.
Hi, hi Hayden.
Hello.
I don't know if it's the right place to ask. Something is wrong with the way I install the newer version. My previous version worked just fine. The 4.6.0 with the M1 processor on Mac. But now it says that the installer SH doesn't exist on line 89. I did remove the folder. In fact, I just changed the folder to something else, so it's non-existent. The installer folder, what it says here, the installation dir, I changed it. But I don't see where to get the installer sh.sh in the link to download, because it includes only one .sh file. So I must have done something wrong. Can you point out to help me?
So you're saying that even though you downloaded it, they can't find the SH file?
So the downloaded version is from the link, the same link where I got the previous version, the 4.6 version. And it seems to have only one .sh file that got downloaded when I went to that link to download for M1 macOS. And then I changed the folder, the previous download folder or install folder to something else. Now I assume that it's going to create a new folder in my home path, but it's stalled at line 89. And I just open it up to see what that's about, and it looks like the file installer.sh is not found, but I don't know where I should get that file.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
Did anyone else try to do the Mac install for the new version of CompuCell for the M1 chip?
Hi, yeah, it worked fine for me. I did the same thing.
Okay.
I deleted the folder though, and I just re-downloaded the whole thing and just ran it again as I did the installation, and it works fine now.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one thing I was going to recommend is just to delete that old folder and maybe trying to look for things in there, even though you've renamed it.
Oh,
I'm not sure, it shouldn't do that, but
well, I
if you want to give,
I just wanted to have a backup in case something I want to compare. I have a folder, but I can move it
Right.
somewhere else.
Do you still have the 4.6 installer?
Yes. I've opened
I
the
would,
file and there's nothing different in that line 89.
mhm.
Still calling the same installer.sh. But I will try to do something else about that folder now, the old folder.
Right. Yeah, I would recommend deleting that folder and maybe try running the 4.7 installer again. If that's not working, you can just reinstall 4.6. 4.6 and 4.7 are fairly similar in terms
Oh.
of capabilities. It's mostly a few changes to the model creation wizard and some of the ways the menus look, but the features are all the same. So you'll be able to follow along, and then we can help you debug maybe at the end of the day today, the new installation.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
I think this is very small issue, but I just couldn't get it done now. So I will
Well,
try.
if you can't, I mean, it's important that you have CompuCell running on your computer before we start. So why don't you try doing that in the next few minutes to make sure that it works?
Yep. Do
Great.
it.
Thank you.
Yeah, Eunice, you had a question. I got your email this morning.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, so for now, I'm not sure. That'll take us a little bit of time to debug the Python issue. So if you want to roll back to 4.6 so you can follow along today, that'll be fine.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, there's the biggest difference is that you'll notice that the progression of windows in the model creation wizard will be a little bit different, but all of the windows that you need will still be there for 4.6. So
Okay, yeah,
um,
thank you. I'll update that after the bugs is fixed, right? Yeah.
okay, yeah, and then either at lunchtime today or at the end of the day, maybe we can help you look at the Python
Yeah.
issue with 4.7.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
Is anyone else having issues with the CompuCell install while we're waiting? Or if you have any other questions, please put them in the chat and we'll do our best to answer them. We'll talk about Tellurium a little later in the week. Be happy to work with you on that.
You want to take a look, I believe the draft versions of the Tellurium slides are up in the student materials folder. Those will probably be changing a little bit before the end of the week, but we will be talking about network modeling with Tellurium more on Friday. But if you'd like additional help with that, please do feel free to email me with what specifically you need. All right, well, hello everybody. Welcome to our official day one of the 2025 CompuCell workshop. I'm glad you all could join us today. I know a few people are still trickling in. That's okay. We will go ahead and get started here with my announcements, and then James will take over with our module one for the day. So a quick reminder before we get started that this session, as well as most other sessions in this workshop, will be live streamed, recorded, and distributed on YouTube through the CompuCell3D YouTube channel. So you can view those later, and so that people attending the workshop asynchronously have an opportunity to watch as well. So do keep in mind that these sessions are being recorded and live streamed. This slide deck, as well as the following slide decks, all slide decks for this workshop can be found at the following link in the student materials folder. I'll go ahead and put this in the chat. Please submit all your questions, concerns, and suggestions via the Zoom chat for today. We will periodically allow people to unmute and ask questions, but for the most part, we will be trying to handle questions in the chat first, so as to not disrupt the instructors too much, because we do have a good bit of content to get through today. We'll try our best to help you in the chat, and if we can't, we will interrupt and ask the instructor to address the question directly. Again, please go ahead and download the exercises and slides from the student materials folder for today. We do have instructions for each of the exercises in the slides, so if you get a little bit lost during an exercise and need the instructions, they'll be in the slides for your reference. We have our hackathon idea sharing document up for this year. If you are interested in participating in the hackathon, we recommend that you take a look at this teaming document and go ahead and start filling out your project idea if you have one. If you don't have a project idea and would like to join a team, you can also put your information in there as well. And we will use that throughout this week and next week to help people find groups for the hackathon. If you have not joined the Slack yet, we recommend that you do so. Place the link in here for you. Keep in mind, if you have the old link and haven't joined yet, the link has changed because I had to make a new link. Slack links expire every 30 days, so the new link is here on the slide and in the chat. And before we get started today, we'd like to thank our various funding sources through the NSF, the IUB Institute, OpenVT, and Glimprint, as well as previous funding through the NIH. Their funding allows us to put this workshop on every year, and we appreciate their support. All right, so just some quick notes, quick overview of the people for this year that will be helping with teaching and helping out answering questions in the chat. So obviously you all already know me and have heard from me extensively over the past month. Our instructional team consists of Dr. James Glazier, Pedro Castel, Gilberto Thomas, Julio Belmonte, Jim Sluka, Lorenzo Vicini, Priya Madhyapuk, and TJ Sago, who will be presenting at various times throughout the next 2 weeks. We'll also have some additional help from Professor Rita de Almeida, Dr. Michael Getz, and Mr. Joel Vannon. You may see them in the chat helping to answer questions throughout the week. If you have specific questions for any of your instructors this year, their emails are listed in these slides. If you're not sure who to contact about something, just go ahead and send me an email, and if I can't help answer it directly, I will forward you to someone who can. Just a quick outline of the week. We're currently on day 1, which is our Basics of CompuCell3D day. Day 2, we'll be talking about principles of modeling, contact energies, cell growth and division. Day 3, we'll be talking about chemical fields, diffusion, secretion, and uptake. Day 4, we'll be talking about chemotaxis, external potentials making cells move, essentially. And then on day 5, we'll have our network modeling day, getting cells to communicate with each other, essentially. And we will discuss the week 2 schedule a little bit later this week, but that is currently up on the website if you would like to get a sneak peek on what we'll be covering next week. Today's specific schedule, so all these times listed, remember, are in Eastern Daylight Time, which is UTC -4 currently. Our module 1 today from 10 to 12 will be our course overview and intro to virtual tissue modeling with CompuCell3D. Apologies for the typo there. From 10 to 12, we'll have our first module today. From 12 to 1, we'll be having our 1-hour lunch break. From 1 to 2:30, we'll have our module 2 on operating CompuCell and intro to the CPM. From 2:30 to 3, we'll have a 30-minute afternoon break. And then we'll come back at 3 for a model building activity on how to build a cell sorting model in CompuCell3D. And then from 4:30 to 5, we'll have Q&A session with instructors. We usually stick around longer than that, but that is kind of the official cutoff for some of our instructors who may or may not need to leave early throughout the week. We're happy to stick around a little bit longer than that and help answer questions, and especially today, debug installation problems if you're still having them by the end of the day. All right, so I think that's all I have announcements-wise for today.